kindness of King David, a forgotten prince restored. The halls of the royal palace were silent, yet the weight of history echoed through its corridors. King David, now at the height of his reign, sat on his throne, lost in deep thought. His kingdom was secure, his enemies defeated, yet a question burned in his heart, a question that would change a life forever. Is there still anyone left of the house of Saul, that I may show him kindness for Jonathan's sake? 2 Samuel 9 verse 1. A hush fell over the room. The name of Saul brought back memories of war, betrayal, and pursuit. But David was not seeking vengeance. He sought to honor a covenant, a promise he had made to his dearest friend, Jonathan, son of Saul. Then came the answer. There is one, my king, Mephibosheth, Jonathan's son, but he is lame in both feet. A forgotten prince, a broken man, a soul abandoned in Lodebar, a desolate place, far from the glory of the palace. The call from the king. The news must have struck Mephibosheth like a bolt of lightning. David, the man whose family had hunted him, the king whose throne replaced his grandfather's, was calling for him. Fear gripped his heart. Was this a summons to death? Would David finally wipe out Saul's lineage? Soldiers arrived at his humble dwelling, their royal garments a stark contrast to his rags. With trembling hands, Mephibosheth followed, each step heavy with dread. As he entered the palace, his crippled legs barely supporting him, he collapsed before David. "Behold, I am your servant," he whispered, expecting Saul to end his misery. But instead of judgment, he heard the unthinkable. "Do not be afraid." Mephibosheth lifted his eyes. David was smiling. "For I will surely show you kindness for the sake of your father, Jonathan. I will restore to you all the land that belonged to your grandfather Saul, and you will eat at my table always." The word struck him harder than any blow ever could. Kindness, restoration, a seat at the king's table, a crippled man at the king's table. Mephibosheth, once an outcast, now sat among princes. The golden plates, the rich food, things he never dared to dream of, were now his. But the greatest miracle was not the wealth restored. It was the love given. David did not see a cripple. He saw a son. Moral lessons and insights. 1. Kindness can rewrite destinies. David's kindness restored a broken man to honor. 2. God's grace reaches the unworthy. Like Mephibosheth, we were far from the palace, yet the King of Heaven calls us to his table. 3. Loyalty and covenant matter. David remembered his promise to Jonathan. True character is revealed in how we honor our commitments. Even today, the King of Kings calls the broken to sit at his table. Will you answer his call?